This is the most insane version of Ford's Coyote engine on the planet. There's absolutely no denying the fact that the Coyote family of V8 engines from Ford are among the best V8s America has ever made. These engines absolutely adore boost. Hell, my 2015 with a Gen 2 Coyote on just 10 pounds of boost made 705 horsepower at the rear tire on pump gas. And if you have a substantially larger budget, you can call someone like Fast Forward Race Engines and they'll build you a Coyote-based V8 well capable of 3,000 plus horsepower. And don't worry folks, we'll get to that engine, but that isn't the engine we're talking about today. Which brings me to the good folks over at MMR who decided that the Coyote was great, but it would make it better if we made the block out of billet. So that's exactly what they did. They copied the dimensions, made the block out of billet, made a crap ton of horsepower. However, much like every other woman I've ever been with, they were left wanting more. So MMR decided, let's take another crack at making a billet Coyote block. And this time they decided to call it the tall deck. What does tall deck mean? Well, it means the actual cylinder is longer. So physically the deck is higher than it would be on a base or a Coyote using base architecture. The upshot to this is, well, more cubic inches. How much more, you ask? Well, it's about 400 cubic inches in its maximum configuration, which, if you do the math, is a whole 98 cubic inches bigger than a base Coyote. Now at this point you might be wondering, that's all well and good, but what is the end result? What does this thing do? How much power does it make? And the answer to that question is 4,000 plus, which means this thing is fast. How fast? How about a 3.7 second run in the 8th mile and a 5.6 second run in the full quarter mile? Now, all of this go fast space age technology isn't exactly cheap. There's no beating around the bush. This engine will set you back $39,500. So that does beg the question, is it worth the money? Well, on the one hand, drag racing is a world where every single horsepower matters. So maxing out your horsepower out of a given platform is worth it to some people. However, on the other hand, you remember that 3,000 horsepower engine I mentioned from Fast Forward Race Engines? Well, in the hands of Brett LaSalla, he just went 3.88 seconds in the 8th mile, which is less than 2/10 slower than the MMR in a full Pro Mod. Because the FFRE engine uses a sleeved Predator block, which is a factory block, it uses factory Voodoo heads, it is significantly cheaper than the all-billet MMR engine. That being said, there is no denying that the MMR engine is the top dog in terms of Coyote-based V8s when it comes to horsepower.